So what happens to a symbol when the civilization that created it just disappears? That's the huge question we're digging into today, and we're going to do it by looking at something super simple and ancient, the obelisk. We're about to strip away all of its history and see what new stories might just rise from the ashes.
I want you to really try and picture this, a future where everything is gone. Our cities, our books, our phones, poof, vanished. When all that's left are these fragments, these ghosts of the past. What new myths would we have to create to make sense of it all? That's the heart of what we're exploring.
All right, part one, a monument reimagined. We're starting with something we all recognize and turning it from a piece of history into a what-if scenario. Right now, when you and I look at an obelisk, we see a story, right? We think of ancient Egypt or maybe the Washington Monument or that one in Paris. They are just packed with meaning. They scream power, memory, incredible human achievement. They're basically history books carved out of stone. Okay, but now, let's just wipe that slate clean. Imagine some catastrophe hits that doesn't just knock down our buildings, but it erases our collective memory. All those stories? Gone. So without any of that context, what is an obelisk then? So, part two, stripped of all context. We're jumping into a world where there are no words to explain these things. They're just giant objects in a brand new, very raw landscape.
And you can really see the shift right here. Before the collapse, its meaning is all tangled up in history and culture. But after, well, it's just defined by what it is. How tall it is, its shape, the fact that it's made of stone. It stops being about who built it and why and becomes all about its physical presence.
I mean, really think about it. No internet, no libraries, no one left who remembers the before times. Those incredible, detailed stories that are literally carved into the stone or written in books about them, they suddenly mean nothing. They're just silent giants in a world that can't read their language anymore.
And so, the obelisk is boiled down to its most basic form, a tall, pointy rock stabbing the sky. It becomes a primal object, something you understand with your gut, not with your brain.
Let's move on to part three, a beacon for survival. Now, this is where it gets really cool, because when something loses its old meaning, we humans have a knack for giving it a new one, especially when our lives depend on it.
So in this new world, the obelisk suddenly gets three incredibly practical jobs. First, it's a landmark you can see for miles, perfect for navigation. Second, it's a natural gathering place for a scattered community. And third, its shadow. Well, that becomes a giant, no-frills clock, a sundial to keep track of the day. It finds a whole new, vital reason to exist.
It becomes a literal beacon of hope. In a world that's wild and overgrown, its simple, towering shape is a guidepost you can trust. It's the place you tell people to go. Hey, meet at the tall stone when the shadow is the shortest. It starts to stitch a broken community back together. Okay, part four, power in raw presence. Its new job isn't just about being useful. The sheer fact that it's there starts to give it this deeper, almost spiritual power.
Just try to put yourself in the shoes of these survivors. Everything they ever knew was fragile. It broke, it burned, it got lost. But this thing, this massive piece of stone, it's still here. It literally survived the end of the world. So it becomes this incredibly powerful symbol of endurance in a world that's falling apart.
And what really matters now is its raw, enduring presence. It's not about the fancy carvings or the forgotten history anymore. It's about the simple, undeniable fact that it is still standing.
You know, this physical toughness, it starts to rub off on people. Seeing this unbreakable thing day in and day out inspires this new kind of mental resilience, a strength you draw from its ability to just last. The thinking becomes, well, if this stone can make it through all that, then maybe we can too. And now, part five, our mythic resilience. Let's be real, this whole thought experiment isn't just about obelisks in some far-off future. It actually tells us something really important about ourselves, right here, right now. This brings us to the big idea of this whole thing. Mythic resilience. It's our built-in human software for finding or creating powerful new symbols from the stuff that survives around us. It's how we literally build hope and meaning out of the wreckage of what came before.
At the end of the day, that's what we are, right? We're storytellers. We are absolutely hardwired to look for meaning, to create myths, and to find symbols that give us strength. When the old stories die, we don't just give up. We find new things to tell stories about.
And that's really the question I want to leave you with.
This isn't just some sci-fi fantasy. Take a look around your own world. What are your obelisks? What are those enduring symbols, big or small, that give you strength and hope when things get tough? It's a powerful thing to think about. Thanks for exploring this idea with me.